I think we'll be fine. Whoops, the engine's just cut out. We've lost the raccoon and there's a tree. Okay, right. How about that? We made it down alive. Okie dokie. Well, I think we're better alight from the aircraft now. And why don't we go and take a walk inside? There we go. Hello everybody. Well, it's Megalithic here. And today we're going to take a look at the Pacific Standard Heist. Okay, now unfortunately this mission does require 4 players, and so we're going to invite a good friend of mine over to make up that 4. Okay then, now once you've got your 4 players, you'll need to head on down to your heist room. I have mine located in my Hillcrest residence, and here we go, just heading on down now. Righty-o, jolly good. Now, these are the Pacific Standard Heist is the final heist in the series of heists given to you by Lister that can be accessed through the heist rooms. I have done the others up to date. The Pacific Standard Heist, as I say, is the finale. We have... Oh, there's Mr. Owl, look, and he's wearing... how about that? Yes, I think I'll match him there. Oh, right, I've switched out of poke mode. Oh, that is a shame. Right, okay, now as you can see, it's $100,000 to set up this mission, but the take is around about $1 million, so you are getting your money's worth, so to speak. Okay, now here we go. Are we going to go into a cutscene? It looks as though we may be. Or are we just setting up the mission here? Right here. Okay, we're just setting up the mission. Yeah, so like I say, $100,000 to undertake this mission, but you do get $1 million for the final total. However, that will be cut between... Oh, how about that? I've changed clothes. How about that? Yes, but that will, of course, be cut between 4 of you, so it's really like $250,000. Okay, here we go with a boring cutscene.
Well, you all look good, hmm? The woods. Like a regular dreamboat. Well, whatever. We all love banks, hmm? Especially the big ones that take big risks, because they just know that if they went under, we'd all be dead. Too big to fail? Hmm? Great idea. Let's put it to the test. Hmm? This is a little something I came up with. I like to call it bank robbing with a social agenda, if you will. It's something I tell myself so I can get some sleep at night. Anyway, those overly leveraged turds at Pacific Standard Bank, they are going to be hit at their flagship branch. How are we going to do that? Well, it's a little complicated, but there are some trucks that I need you to photograph. One of those trucks has a built-in transponder, and we need our transponder to blip out a when we take them out of range of the Pacific Standard signal. Get it? All right, don't worry about it. Just photograph the trucks, and I'll tell you which one to hit. And once we've done that, we'll need to have the transponder programmed to Pacific Standard's frequency. Now, my signals expert, Avi Schwartzman, he's been on the run for years, you know, avoiding people, holed up somewhere in the middle of nowhere, near North Chumash. You know, you go up there, you make nice, and you bring the device back, and then I will brief you on the rest. What do you say? Oh, not very much, I imagine.
Yes, he really is a peculiar gentleman, that Lester, now isn't he? Okay, now, as you can see, the Pacific Standard Heist, it comes with 5 setup missions, and of course the finale. This first mission will be to locate some post-op vans, and I think I'll be heading out there in the Wagner, and why not? Okie dokie, right, there we go, just setting our teams, and I think, there we go, I think we're ready to go. Jolly good. Right here, okay, now then, what we need to do for this mission, to be honest with you, I'm not perfectly sure, I can't remember. Your navigator will guide you towards the vans using voice or chat or using the directional arrows. They will need to something. Okay, well, I think we get the general idea. These missions are never too taxing. Let's go to the blue blip, shall we? Oh, the blue blip is my navigator. And okay, well, we'll see what. You know, I would wait for Lester to finish talking, but I get the feeling that he never, ever will. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow these arrows as he suggests. Right here. Right, so straight on down. Now that I'm in the Wagner here, it really is a rather nippy car, but more than that, has excellent handling, don't you know? Whoops, it daisies. There we go, just as I was saying it. Right here, so here we go. Excellent handling on this car. Right, okay, what's going on? Have I passed it or something? Right, okay, stuck on a tree there now, aren't I? Right here, so I've got to follow these directional arrows. It did seem to be telling me to go the one way and then change direction, I do feel, but maybe I misread that. Okay, got to dodge up that car, and there we go. So yes, the Pacific Standard heist, like I say, 100,000 to start, a million intake, divided between 4, that's 250,000 minus the initial $100,000 cut. The heist is really only worth 150,000 to the person who sets it up, I'm afraid. Not particularly good money for the amount of time that it takes, but there we go. This is early on in the days. Well, this mission was put out early on in the days of GTA, and I'm afraid inflation has rather kicked in since then now, hasn't it? Okay, so here we go. We seem to be driving randomly around the city here. Okay, camera cut out there. But I don't really seem to feel that we're getting any closer. There's no sort of directional arrows. Apparently, according to the bottom right-hand screen there are 4 vans that we need to locate. There's a team of 4, but we're in 2 teams of 2, so presumably that's 2 vans each. And once again, I have to go around into a U-turn. Yes, this really is becoming rather irritating. As I say, there is no... Well, I said arrows, but I meant there's no sort of distance on the map there to give us an idea of how far we have to go. And Lester, wouldn't you know, bless his heart, just keeps babbling away. Right here, so far, oh right, we've located 1 van by the looks of things. 1's been caught off there. So, okay, well, presumably there are 4 vans that we need to locate. I mean, that we're going to need to steal 1 of them, so... We have to tick 3 off our checklist, presumably, until we find the van that we are looking for, and currently I cannot find a wretched thing. Okay then, and presumably, of course, that is the other team that have located that first van, and that really is jolly. Whoops, at daisies. Okay, spinny spin. There we go. Right, back on track. I wonder where the heck... Right. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but this does seem to be sending me in one direction and then the other, and I don't seem to be coming across anything at all. It's as if these vans are invisible. Right, okay, we'll take a right turn here, and... Okay, it seems to... I hope this doesn't send us on the motorway. Right, okay, it'd be nice to find at least one of these vans, to be perfectly honest with you, but at the moment I get the feeling that I'm absolutely no benefit to my team whatsoever. And so I suppose if this will be the full extent of the video, just to confirm that the Pacific Standard heist needs 4 people to undertake it. We will need 150,000, should I say, 150,000 to set up the mission. The take for each, there we go, have to turn around again, isn't this wonderful? Yes, the take for each person will be about $250,000, and there we go, jolly good. Okay, well, we finally located the post-op van. That really does make me rather happy. Okay, take the navigator to the van. Okay, I believe that my teammate is doing something here. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think he's hacking the van or something to establish whether it's the vehicle that we require, but evidently it is not, so we must continue with our rather pointless search. Right, okay, here we go. So there we go. That seems to be what the plan is. One needs to drive to the locate the vans, drive around, locate the vans, and then establish whether whatever one Neans is inside, the secondary teammate, will apparently be the one that is doing that. Unfortunately, that does not show up on this video. Okay, here we go. Right, a word to the wise though, one doesn't want to alert the drivers. Apparently, I've heard that if one does, it rather fails the mission, don't you know? Of course, I couldn't be certain, because I'd never be so foolish as to make that mistake, but I would say, best not to ram into that post-op van, because it may cause you a few problems. Okay, now my friend has hacked that third van, I believe. I don't think it was the van that we needed, or maybe it was. It's still over there. What's going on now? Well, I guess we'll all find out together. Right, okay, here we go. Is that a fourth van, maybe? This is perhaps the fourth van. I'm not entirely certain what happened there. Right, well, presumably my hacker is trying to hack it, and I don't know why he's doing a U-turn there. That does seem rather strange. And it appears that also that we have not been hacking these vans, but we have been in fact taking photographs of their license plates. Presumably the driver drives through the van and the passenger takes photographs of the license plate, and then Lester locates the van in question that we require to steal, and there we go. As luck would have it, it is this one directly in front of us. I don't know if that's how it regularly occurs, because I've never played this mission before. Okay, now my friend has hopped out. He's going to try to steal that van. It's trying to drive off, but I'm afraid he's going to find not much joy there now, is he? Okay, there we go. Doors flapping in the wind. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, I thought it had shut there. There we go. I think I've got it. Righty-o, so there we go. I think we've stolen the van. All that really remains now is for the driver to drive it back, or should I say for the teammate to drive it back, the photographer, so to speak. So there we go, the first mission for the Pacific Standard Heist. It requires 4 people, 2 teams of 2. You are to drive around the city following arrows until one locates the 4 individual vans. One that presumably must locate those 4 for Lester to correlate the license plates and establish which one it is that he actually requires that you steal. So there we go, we take the 4 pictures of the 4 vans' license plates. Lester tells us which one to steal, and that's really seems to be all there is to it. Not too much of a taxing mission, although I say a little bit boring the way that you have to drive around there for so long. And I'll just get out and hop on this car while I wait for my teammates to arrive. Dressed somewhat as a street urchin, I would say. I don't know what styling that's supposed to be. I certainly would never be caught seen dead wearing any such thing in myself under regular circumstances. Okie dokie, well, there we go. So yes, it is just a case of waiting for them to arrive, and I shall greet them with a oh, Jesus Christ! I didn't see that coming whatsoever, and I'm sure they're all having a jolly good laugh at my expense. Oh, look, and it's Paige, Lister's assistant.
Transponder should be back here. Yep, that's the model. When you can, take it to Lester's guy.
Okay, so there we go, the final cutscene. Well, jolly good. Well, that is just a quick run-through of how you play the first level of the Pacific Standard Heist. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.